This week on SAS Podcast. Jimmy is my priority if I'm the Philadelphia 76ers. The league is wide open. You got as good a chance to win a finals next season as you've had in the last 15 years maybe. And I might be exaggerating with 15, but 10 easy.
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in their right mind.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, the realest sports talk pod in all the land.
True.
Bruh, I mean in all the land.
True.
Okay. Man, we are back to wrap up the previous week of sports in dramatic fashion. No BS, no sugarcoating, no biases, only that strong arm truth. If this happens to be the first time you've watched our show here on YouTube, or if you're listening on any of our various podcast channels, we got a lot of them things. I'm one half of the show. I go by the name of K Spade the Prospect.
And I'm your boy Paris 57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports. Spade!
Yes, sir.
Spade, when we was going over topics for this show, came up with some topics. I was like, Spade,
They call that pre-production.
Yeah, you pre-production, that's right. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, it ain't really that much topics. And you was like, yo, I got a list. And then we started going over these lists, and I was like, yo, Spade, we done turned this show, and I'm going to tell you, I say it on this show a lot. You know why I love this show? Because we ain't got to talk about the AD trade, and is they going to trade Kuzma? Is they not going to trade Kuzma? We don't got to talk about that shit for an hour. We come up with real topics, shit that people want to hear. I'm pretty sure they Kyle Kuzma and Anthony Davis out. But we got some topics we're going to talk about, Spade. I want to start in the NFL. You good with that?
Bro, that's why I wore all this NFL shit. Because this is supposed to be the time, right? This NFL time,
Spade,
right?
You know, Spade,
Hey,
this is the... Relax, bro. Once camp start, first of all, you already know how this show do. We don't give filler content. When it's this, we call this little period right here around end of June, July.
Sad.
Yeah, this period sucks. Cause ain't nothing left but baseball. But
I thought that the NFL still ain't cooking. How long we gotta wait before your league get popping?
Hey, Spade, can
How
you
long
relax?
we gotta wait?
Can you
I'm
relax? Spade, what people think are stories in the NFL, I don't consider them a story. I don't bring the fans bullshit, bruh. I don't give them bullshit.
So it ain't that the NFL boring.
That's right. There's stories out there. It's shit that I don't want to talk about because it's
Okay.
You know, to me, it's non-factors and stuff.
So I wore this early. I'm dolphined out for no reason. That what you saying?
Oh my God, Spade, can I start in the NFL, please? I don't know why you dolphin out. Y'all going 2-14 this year.
Don't worry about us. You worry about Dakota.
2-14, bro. Spade, are y'all gonna have over two? Are y'all gonna have over 2 wins?
You worry about Dakota.
Who?
Dakota.
You talking about the best quarterback in the league? I
I'm
ain't worried
talking about
him.
the guy that got embarrassed by David Carr. The dude who was missing the accuracy target that was 3 feet away from him.
Was money on the
That
line?
guy.
If money was on the line, that would have delivered. He don't
So
care
he
nothing
one of
about
those.
this. He was doing that shit.
He
for
one of
kids.
those.
He don't care.
Okay.
Was the money on the line? Okay then. Spade, I'm starting in the NFL. And if you guys didn't know, we was wondering, a few teams came out and they was like, yo, we don't want to be on Hard Knocks and no way. But it's a few teams that didn't have a choice. So the NFL could have picked from, I don't have all the teams, but people thought it was going to be the Giants. It's not the Giants, but it ended up being the Oakland Raiders. The Oakland for now Raiders. You know what I mean? They moving to Vegas. I think next year, Spade, or year after. Who knows?
I think next year, but shit, I don't know.
I mean, so right now, it was announced that the Oakland Raiders will be on Hard Knocks, Spade. And you want to talk about drama, Spade. We already know they got Antonio Brown. They also signed Vontaze Burfict from the Bengals. We already know Chucky. They already had John Gruden, who, in my opinion, he kind of, he was saying it could be a distraction, but I think Chucky liked this shit. Chucky liked walking around with that doll and shit. So, man, I gotta ask you, what do you expect from this band of misfits, the Raiders, on Hard Knocks coming up?
I mean, you got to give it to Gruden. Gruden's a TV guy.
He is.
He know how to put on the show for the cameras. He gonna be doing that shit with his mouth. Yeah, man. He gonna be doing that shit. But you left out a person. I expect some fireworks from Antonio Brown. You mentioned your boy from Pittsburgh, But they also signed Richie Incognito. He another guy that's kind of,
I forgot about Incognito. They sure did.
Yeah. You look at his headlines, he been in the media for not football related shit. Like,
that's right.
The last Richie Incognito story that went big ain't had nothing to do with him picking up the blitz. You know what I'm saying? It was some other shit. So, I mean, we all know drama sell TV, man. It's unfortunate, but, it's 2019. That's what TV has come down to. And I expect it. I got to admit, man, I love Hard Knock. I really don't give a shit what team be on it. I'm tuning in.
Me neither.
And I'm really going to tune in for this. I hate to admit it, but I'm part of the problem. I'm going to be there tuned in.
I don't think that makes you part of the problem. That's, Spade, football is good TV. That's what you know. You ain't,
no.
Come on.
I didn't say nothing about football. I said drama.
Bro.
It's going to be drama.
What do you mean? Spade, what other, we going to get all the drama from inside this camp. And believe me, in my opinion, I think it will be drama. Talk about playing up to the camera. AB, regardless of what he say, AB like being in front of that camera. So I think we're going to see some shit. Vontaze Burfict, Spade, and the crazy thing about Vontaze Burfict coming from Cincinnati, Spade, is I don't know if you remember, I said like way early in the show, Vontaze Burfict have enough talent to become a Hall of Fame linebacker. He can be a Hall of Fame linebacker. It's just the nonsense that he do during the game. Dirty play. Like, I consider him a dirty player. He do a lot of...
Ooh, wow.
And this ain't just from Cincinnati, Spade. He was like this at Arizona State. Getting suspended, got ejected a few times at Arizona State. I consider him a dirty player. But if he was not that type of player, he has the talent to become a Hall of Fame linebacker. But you never know what you're going to get with Vontaze Burfict. And that's why this shit right here coming up will be must-see TV. I'm telling you. I forgot about Incognito. Could you imagine, Spade, if it's live, full contact, and Richie Incognito trap block or hit Vontaze Burfict the wrong way, it will 100% be a fight. It's going to be a fight. So
yeah, I kind of get the feeling that Richie know who to fool with. I don't think Richie gonna have no problem.
I think Richie Incognito is full retard. I think he.
Oh, you think he full gooning? We'll see.
Yeah,
the cameras will be on. We'll see.
He full simple Jack out there. I'm telling you.
We'll see.
I don't think he care.
Bro, do we even know where they playing this year? Where are they playing? They standing.
Okay. I think they're gonna be in the Coliseum. I want to say they renewed the lease for at least one more year. I don't have it in front of me. Somebody gonna correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
I want to say they renewed the lease to play in the Coliseum one more year. I could be wrong though. Somebody gonna correct me. But I mean, I don't even know. This Vegas trip. It seemed like it's been lingering for some time now. You would think they would.
I ain't heard no updates on the stadium.
This is what I'm saying, Spade. You would think that they would want the Raiders on Hard Knocks when they first year in Vegas, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You got a good point, but I also think they want to capture if they stand in the Coliseum another year. They like to kind of get those early practices where the fans be kind of standing out there. That last little bit of
I get it.
That'd be kind of dope too. I don't know what they gonna play in Vegas because I heard initially about this state of the art stadium that was gonna be, the flyest shit ever, and I ain't heard no updates on it. So the boys might be playing in Sam Boyd Stadium.
That joint right there might be under construction. Las Vegas.
I know, but how long? I mean,
Spade. I mean, it's probably like $1 billion. First of all, it's in Vegas. This joint gonna be massive. This junk gonna be massive. Oh yeah, it's under construction, bro.
All I know is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta felt like it came up like this.
Yeah.
They moved some churches. They got some old folks up out their houses. They did what they had to do to put that up. Now, if you ever been to Vegas, Vegas ain't nothing but a big-ass desert with one strip running through it. Everything that's popping in Vegas is on that one strip. Mm-hmm. So it ain't like you got to figure out what the hell it's going to be. It can't be nowhere but off of that one strip. So, I mean, I don't know what the holdup is, man. Like, let's get it popped. I want to see some pictures. I want to see some progress. And maybe they going to sneak peek some of that on Hard Knock as well. Who knows?
It's saying that the capacity right now is 65,000, expandable to 72,000, which is crazy because, like, the Cowboys get, like, 100,000 people It's, we have some standing view, but I mean, it's stadiums that sit like 80K. So you would figure in Vegas, unless they don't think people won't be coming out. I mean, 72,000 people is a lot of people though. But
I'm not gonna lie, it sounds small to me.
Yeah,
it sounds small.
Me too. But I mean,
there are some questions about
$1.84 billion, bro. Well, it is under construction, Spade. It's gonna
have TVs in the headrest though. Like it's gonna have rims on it, TVs in the headrest.
There might be
power
heated seats
sunroof.
too. There might be leather love seats or some shit. Vegas gonna do it big.
They gonna have all the shit. They gonna have all the shit.
But Spade, let me ask you this real quick before we move on. What kind of season do you expect the Raiders to have? I know we talk about that later, but do you think they're gonna have you don't have to give me a number, but do you think they will have a successful season?
I mean, right now, I think my safe bet would be to say no. Because for the firepower they brought in, my definition of success with that team is a pretty decent postseason run. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so let's ask
we're not many years removed from them saying that Derek Carr was one of the top quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
You sprinkle in some AB. I know they lost Marshawn Lynch, but they did take a running back in the draft that people feel pretty high on.
They took
they boasted the O-line a little bit. Like, yeah, for what they done, I don't think an 8-8 season warrants success for that team. I don't.
So more wins, Steelers or Raiders? More wins.
See how you put me on the spot? With that one ain't pre-prod.
I got you though. I say Steelers more wins.
Okay.
We're going to talk about this closer we get to football season. Don't worry, top fives are coming. We're going to talk about that as well. But Spade, I kind of, that division of Raiders ain't going to be easy. We don't think the Chiefs are going to fall off the map. I mean, as long as injuries don't hurt the Chargers, we think the Chargers still going to be good. I mean, Broncos with Flacco, we don't know.
We know.
We know? What do we know?
We know ain't either one of us. No.
Talk to me. That Spade.
I don't believe in Flacco, and you already know how I feel about
What helps Flacco? What helps Flacco?
The season ending?
Spade, what helps? Since Spade want to troll. What helps Flacco is a run game as well as defense. Now, Denver defense is not what they once were, but they still a formidable defense. They still get it done. So I think that you start turning the ball over, get some sacks, some strip sacks, give Flacco a short field. Hey, Spade, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I don't know. Lindsey was a Pro Bowler. The running back they had, he was a Pro Bowler last year. We know they took Royce Freeman a few years ago, so they got some running backs. Weapon wise, I think they gotta improve, but I don't know. I'm not willing to just go out and be like Denver's gonna be trash. I'm not saying you're saying that. I'm not, but I'm not willing to go out there and be like, we know what to expect from Denver. No?
I don't know, bro. I'm not jumping on that one.
Okay. I'm just saying, I just think that division is a little tougher. Spade. You look at the Steelers, and the only reason I mention that because like the bettors in Vegas, they are comparing like AB to Juju, who had better stats. They are comparing those two guys because of that trade that they did or whatever. But Spade, you look at the division, the only team Pittsburgh got to worry about, in my opinion, is the Ravens. And I know what everybody is on this Browns trip, and we're gonna talk about that later. But Spade, I'm thinking that division over there is Steelers or Ravens to lose. Do you agree with that?
So you ain't got no faith in Cincinnati? They finally got a new head coach?
Bro, no way.
Okay.
No way.
I just feel like that division, much like the division the Raiders are in as well, it's just very competitive, man. Like, you know, sometimes one of those teams is clearly better than the other.
I'm not trusting Cincy because
when they face each other, it's weird. Yeah, I know, but you know the Red Rifle might figure it out. He might. I don't know, man. I don't know. So, I'm hedging bets. I'm on my politician shit.
So
I'm
you
not
hedging bets on both divisions?
Yes.
Jesus
yes.
Right. I mean, you're right. You know what? It's early. We're
I ain't seen no records. You ain't finna have me out here talking reckless.
Okay. We can move on.
Yeah. But you know what? You spoke on the Cleveland Browns. Let's go there next. The Cleveland Browns were in the news this week. Actually, they really been in the news the last couple of weeks. And we just, we was like, it ain't really make our top list. But this week, because we want to talk NFL and this kind of trash, it ain't many topics, we decided, you know what, this needs to be discussed.
It's not trash, bro.
Kinda.
It's not trash.
Cleveland Browns running back Duke Johnson, who is near and dear to my heart, one of my favorite Miami Hurricane running backs. Yeah, that's my man. That's my guy.
He was
that's
the
my
best
guy.
Miami running back.
I didn't say he was the best. Whoa. I ain't know that's what you said. I said one of my favorite Kings.
Oh, I thought you said one of the best Miami running backs.
One of my favorite Kings.
Okay, I
mean, you could argue that he's one of the best, but I mean, shit. When we done had 20 best, bro. All I know is, hold up, let me get in my bag. I know is the nose had to break his leg. Because even in a down year, he was running all over your trash ass nose, and y'all had to bend him back over his leg and break it in order for y'all to get a win. Only because y'all broke his leg. That's the only reason why y'all got the dub. So that's what I know. That's what I know.
Happen. We'll talk more about that later.
Yeah, they happen, especially when somebody trying to make them happen. But anyway, like I was saying, Duke Johnson has been a staple on this team. Say what you will about Duke Johnson. Say what you will about the Cleveland Browns. But Duke Johnson's been a guy on this Cleveland team. When they was trying to figure it out, when they was trying to rebuild, he's kind of been the lone bright spot. It might be a big run here. It might be a big reception out of the backfield, whatever. Matter of fact, it was one season, may have been last season if I'm not mistaken, that Duke Johnson led the team in receptions. No, it wasn't last season. I think it was the season before. But he led the team in receptions as a spell running back. He wasn't even the primary ball carrier out of the backfield and still led the team in receptions. And he's a short, quick guy. He's one of those guys that you can just chuck it in the backfield, man, and he can make that a 20, 30-yard pickup. Duke Johnson ain't no fool, though. He said that he feel like he's been super loyal to the team. Those that know he's on a very team-friendly contract. Very team-friendly contract. And he watched that team draft Nick Chubb last season. First of all, he watched them deal for old boy from San Francisco. What's his name? Carlos Hyde. Deal for Carlos Hyde. Hey, like they say in church, he never said a mumbling word. They drafted Nick Chubb. He never said a mumbling word. He just, showed up for work, and whatever they asked him to do, he did it. And then in the offseason after this past year, they made a move and picked up Kareem Hunt. Now, at that point, Duke was like, no, wait a damn minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, Carlos Hyde got dealt midway through the season last year, I believe. And Duke Johnson said he felt like he's been loyal to the team. And now he feels like they are not being loyal to him. And once he feels like that loyalty isn't a two-way street, he wants to be traded. He said he feel like now he don't feel loyal to them. I don't know, I'm biased. But let me get to the point of what's going on. Duke Johnson has said that he want to be traded. He said that he understands he got a job to do. And he's not finna let that affect his play. If he's put in the game, he's going to do what he's supposed to do. He's going to run, he's going to run where he's supposed to run. He's going to run pass routes. He's going to pick up pass rush. He's going to do whatever he want to do. But it don't change the fact that he still wants to be traded. Baker Mayfield coming off a pretty good year, man. People was talking big shit for Baker Mayfield Lopez. They were saying that if Tyrod Taylor never gets a chance, if Tyrod Taylor would have got his ass out the way, Browns would have went to the Super Bowl. That's a hot take. Nobody really said that. But my point is, they felt like that Baker Mayfield should have been the starter day one. They feel like he never should have even had to prove himself. He should have just walked in and took over an organization and just led them to the promised land. And I believe some of these comments have actually gone to Baker Mayfield's head. And Baker came out and had some choice words for Duke Johnson. He said, man, you either on this train or you not. You either riding with us or you getting ran over. And he made it sound like it don't make him no difference one way or the other. And the comments, it ain't even so much what he said, LaParis, it's how he said it. I know how it made me feel, but I'm going to throw it to you. Baker Mayfield's comments on Duke Johnson saying that he would like to be traded, were they in bounds or out of bounds?
Spade, I don't know what's going on in the NFL, bro. And I'm saying this, Spade, it used to be an unwritten, it's always these unwritten codes, unwritten rules in sports where you be like, basketball, somebody shoot a jumper, don't come down on him, you can injure his ankle, his knee, or whatever. Baseball, you ain't supposed to, like I said, regardless how I feel about these situations, these are unwritten rules. In baseball, you ain't supposed to show up the picture. You ain't supposed to backflip and do, all that. Take your home run, take your base and all that. And in football, it's these unwritten rules. You ain't supposed to speak on anybody's contract or like they trade situation, or if they want to be traded. Like, other teammates aren't supposed to speak on these type of situations. But it's crazy what's going on in the past 2 years. We have seen people with the Le'Veon Bell situation and now this Duke Johnson situation. Teammates are just coming out and being like, yo, forget this dude. Yo, like, either you with us or you against us. If you ain't in here, like, you need to be at training camp. Forget all that. People speaking on other people. I don't like it, bro. And some of the Browns veterans, they didn't specifically say who, but some of the Browns veterans didn't like it either. And allegedly, I'm saying allegedly because we don't know who did it, allegedly approached Baker Mayfield and had some choice words for him. I don't like it, man. Duke Johnson has been, and this is not far-fetched, Duke Johnson has been the most consistent Brown, probably other than Joe Hayden before they let Joe Hayden go. Like, it was Duke Johnson and Joe Hayden. Joe Hayden was making Pro Bowls. Duke Johnson was leading them in receiving and rushing. And I know what somebody going to say, well, you act like Duke was rushing for 1,500. That's not the point. The point is, when you put Duke Johnson on the field, he performed for a bad Browns team. For bad Browns teams. So, I mean, like, if you want to say, okay, well, Joe Hayden was, like, the most consistent, Duke Johnson was right there, man. And the way they treating Duke is messed up. And let's not act like it's teams that didn't want. The Cowboys before the draft was trying to trade for Duke Johnson, but the Browns wasn't taking the bait. It was like, yo, we not trading Duke Johnson. And that forced the Cowboys to draft. I think we drafted 2 running backs. But it was other teams that was out there trying to get Duke Johnson. Another one was the Texans. They was trying to get him. So it seemed like the Browns. See, the Browns is they not dumb, Spade. They know Kareem Hunt is suspended for 8 games. So they saying, hey, let's just keep. We got Chubb. Let's just keep Duke. Hunt is suspended, and then once I think probably after the eighth game, maybe the trade deadline will be over. And then they could just put Duke to the background because we already know, Spade. Kareem Hunt, when he's on the field, he's one of the best running backs in this league. So
true.
So it would be easy for them to be like, yo, we can get Kareem the keys. Kareem could split with Chubb, and they feel like they got a good 1-2 punch with those two. And Duke could just be insurance just in case one of those guys get hurt. I don't like it. Duke want to move on. I feel like they deserve to treat the young man right and be like, yo, you know what? This dude been getting there, but this is not how teams work. This is not how these NFL, they are all about the team. They don't care about the player. I feel like they doing Duke wrong, and he deserves better. He deserves better, man. He deserves better.
Let me play devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
And is it fair to say, because Duke Johnson took the option to say to the media that he wanted a trade, do that give Baker the green light to combat those comments in the media? Like, since Duke took it to the media, is Baker okay to take his rebuttal to the media?
That's cool. And I'm going to tell you what, Spade. Duke didn't take it to the media first. He went to the Browns first. And he went to the Browns first and talked it over with the Browns. And the Browns was the ones that said, yo, the media found out about it. And, you could, not you, I'm not saying you're saying this. You could say, oh, maybe Duke agent might have leaked this joint and said, I took it to the Browns. But the media asked the Browns, management about the Duke situation and was like, yeah, he want to be traded, but we have no intentions on trading Duke. And then they asked Duke about it. But he didn't just come out and was like, yo, I want to be traded. Until they started talking about it in his defense.
Right. Okay.
So
here's my take. Now go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Spade.
My thing is this. I don't feel like... let me be old for a minute. We used to have this thing back in the day, like, a man's money issues, it didn't concern you.
Word.
So, if I'm just going to create a scenario. If Strong Arm Sports Podcast was picked up by a major network, I was offered a certain amount and LaParis was offered a certain amount. If LaParis was upset with his amount, to the point that it came out that he was like, I feel like, I've done what I've been asked. I'm worth this. And if they cannot pay me what I feel like I'm worth, then I got to do what I got to do. Our relationship, I cannot be mad at him when he wants to battle or fight or negotiate for his money. Our relationship don't have nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? And football players used to handle this thing like that. Like, hey, man, that man got the right to try to do whatever he got to do to get what he feel like he deserved. But like I said, Duke Johnson's on a team-friendly contract, man. I think Duke making something like $3 million on that contract.
Come on, that's terrible, Spade.
And I'll be the first to say, Duke ain't just killing it. Like, they ain't just turning around, handing it to Duke for 30 carries a game. I don't think that Duke, a lot of people felt like Duke had, like, some durability issues. But I don't think Duke has missed a game for the Browns in a couple years. Maybe more, I don't know. But I don't think he's missed a game for the Browns in the last 2 seasons, as far as whether or not he could play. So I don't feel like he was out of pocket, LaParis. I don't feel like he was rude. I don't feel like he showed out like, oh, well, I'm not going to play. He was like, I'm still going to do my job. He said, I'm still going to do my job. Like, but it don't change the fact that I would like to be traded. I feel like the loyalty that I've shown the team hasn't been shown back. And like, I feel some kind of way now. Like, once you feel like somebody who you've always had their back, and I can't speak for everybody, some of y'all different. Some of y'all funny style, you probably can smile and laugh and key in the face of folks who put the knife in your back, but I don't rock like that, so I can kind of feel Duke. Once I feel like somebody whose back I know I had, when I feel like they ain't got mine no more, I can't really just I can't rock like that. Like, now I see you for who you truly are, and I can't pretend like everything's all good when it's not. So for Duke to say, I'm going to do my job, but I still want to be traded. Like, they still haven't made it right with me, and I still want to be traded. I'll play this whole year if I have to, but I still want to be traded. I don't feel like he was wrong for that, man. And I'm going to jump out on a limb and say that Jarvis Landry was one of those guys that said something to Baker Mayfield. They made sure not to give any names, but Jarvis Landry did have a statement where he said something along the lines of, I just hope Duke know that, we got his back. And we don't just have his back as a player, we got his back as a person. So whether he's here or whether he's somewhere else, like, I got his back. And that's how it's supposed to be. I can't get mad at you for trying to get your chips right, especially if mine right. I'm over here making $20 million, and I want to get an attitude with you because you won't feel like $3 million is fair to you. Come on, I don't think that's okay, man. And I feel like I know the Baker Mayfield fans is gonna come for us, LaParis, and I look at Vontaze Burfict and I look at Baker Mayfield the same way. You said that Vontaze Burfict could be a Hall of Fame linebacker if it wasn't for some of the dumb shit he do. But I feel like that edge is what makes him a good player. And maybe this edge is what make Baker a good player. But that don't mean that edge shit ain't gonna make you look stupid at times. And I just feel like Baker looks stupid right here. Shit ain't got nothing to do with you, Baker. And another thing, dog, while I'm on a roll, I read this somewhere. If anybody can understand being in a situation where you feel like you don't have a fair opportunity and want to dip, it should be Baker. Baker went to a college for a freshman year and got the hell out of there because he didn't feel like he was getting a fair opportunity there. He dipped. So what's the difference? You dip for free. This man ain't supposed to dip when he feel like, come on, man. Like that, I don't really dig that. I do like that it was some veterans on that team that defended Duke. LaParis. Luther Campbell came out. You know who Luther Campbell is, right?
Oh, yeah. Uncle Luke.
Uncle Luke came out and tweeted that man and said, Baker, this will be my last time tweeting you. And he named some quarterbacks that's been traded from that team. And he said, never turn your back on a teammate in the namesake of the organization. Because you're not exempt. Like, let me tell you, Baker can come out here and shit the bed this year. You think the Browns got some loyalty toward Baker Mayfield? Hell no. He'll be the next guy on the chopping block. At the end of the day, we got to remember, these teams, they got a job to do. It's their business. I want to say they disloyal, but at the end of the day, they can't really get emotionally connected to these players. They don't give a shit about you because they got to win. They got a job. That's the pressure at their level. They don't give a shit about these players like that. I mean, they do, but they don't. You think when Hard Knock air and they going to be telling these folks they ain't make the team? You think that man going home missing any sleep? You think he's sleeping worse that night because he had to cut a kid who was looking forward to the opportunity? Hell no. Because he's looking forward to his opportunity. Yeah. And if that team underperform, he already know that he on the chopping block. So yeah, man. I actually hope Duke get traded. The Browns are not gonna trade him at least until Kareem Hunt get back. But I think Kareem Hunt is suspended for the first 8 games of the season. I also think the trade deadline is somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So I hope they trade him. Just trade him somewhere where he can get a fresh start, man. Because once you feel like the team that you play for, the team that you out there risking your body for, and I know he's risking his body for himself to provide for his family, but he's still doing it, in the namesake of the Cleveland Browns. The team you out there beating your body up for when you feel like they don't really have your back like that, I imagine it will make me approach work a little differently. I will.
Spade, like I said, it used to be an unwritten rule. Like, other players didn't speak on this shit. They didn't. That's true. Now this league, at least we've seen it for like at least the past 2 years. This league is changing. And let me just say this. Baker Mayfield has the talent to become, like I said, an elite Hall of Fame caliber quarterback, Spade. But the NFL got a weird way of policing itself. And if these defenders, if they get tired of your mouth, and I know Baker Mayfield somebody gonna say Baker was like this in college, and he probably was like this in high school. It's a different beast, man. This is a different beast, and they got a funny way of policing itself. So Baker Mayfield just need to just be mindful of that shit, and sometimes you just gotta hit him with the no comment. You know what I mean? I'm here to talk about this football, this camp. You know what I mean? Like Duke. What's going on with Duke is Duke issue. If he with us, he with us. And if they whatever the direction the organization decide to go in, I don't have any say in that. I just want to play football. How hard is that? How hard is that?
I was finna say, bro, it's another. We do this from time to time on the show. That's another one of those questions that's got the default answer. You already know what to say.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I hope we can make it right, but if we can or we can't, it's my job to come out here and try to help this team win, and that's what I'm focusing on. Regardless of who's around me. I hope they can get it right, but if they can't, I'm just focused on what I can do.
Word.
But it's like I said, it's funny, dog. We defend the people we like. If 2 people do the same thing, but we like one and we don't like the other, the narrative completely changes. It's gonna be some people that's gonna hit this chat and say, "Oh, that's what I like about Baker Mayfield. He don't give the cookie cutter answers. He says what he really means." And then Cam Newton can come out and say the same shit, and somebody will be like, "No, Cam should have never said that. That was..." So you already know how it go, man. I just feel like I would have liked to see him handle it a little better. Baker's young. He's going to learn some things. And like I said, at the end of the day, I'm glad that some veteran players stepped to Baker like, "Yo, that wasn't cool. You ain't have to do that."
Like I said, I was hoping we can get a guy like Duke. To me, Duke is a great third down guy. He's a solid runner. He can catch out the backfield, but the Browns, they ain't want to pull the trigger. So, I mean, you check the landscape and you looking around the league. I mean, every team seem to have like 2-3 running backs now. Like it ain't really that bell cow dude anymore. And I know Zeke been leading in carries probably the last couple of years, but even they want to take some of the carries, some of the load away from Zeke. That's why we was looking for a guy like Duke, and they didn't want to pull the trigger. So, I mean, I know they got Kareem Hunt. It's crazy because I think Kareem Hunt might be, somebody gonna correct me if I'm wrong, I think he signed with the Browns for like $1.1 million, and Duke only getting 3. Like, he got suspended 8 games, and he making $1.1 million. And I know somebody gonna be like, "Well, you got to subtract the 8 games he's gonna miss." I don't care. His contract was $1.1 million, and Duke only made $3 million. He's been the most consistent player for the Browns. That's aside from, somebody might argue Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas has been a perennial Pro Bowler with the Browns. So unless you want to say Joe Thomas, but come on, man, I feel like Duke has a gripe, man. I feel like he has a gripe. You looking around the landscape and you like, damn, they got Chubb and now they go sign Hunt. This shit is crazy. So I hope it work out for Duke, man. And I ain't even know Kane do it like that, but I'm a fan. I'm a pro player. And you look around how they treating Duke and other players. I don't know what's going on in this league, Spade. Players are really speaking out on other players. Like I ain't never seen no shit like this before, ever, never.
It's a new age, bro.
Shit, yeah, this shit crazy. Spade, we can move on if you want. You good?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
All right, let's take it to the NBA, Spade. And I'm rolling back a topic we talked on last week, Spade. And I gotta say, I hate doing this. Spade, you don't never do this on my end. You don't never. Well, yeah, you did. I apologize. I ain't even gonna say it now. You did.
Listen at you.
Nah, I was about to say you don't never. When I make a statement on this show, I was about to say you don't never come back and be like, yo, you was right. But you do.
Yes,
you
I do.
said it. Yeah, you did. You did. I apologize. But Spade, I gotta say you was right about this. We talked about D'Angelo Russell last week, and we was looking at the lands. We was looking around the NBA and was like, yo, who needs a guard with, D'Angelo Russell set of scales? And we named a couple teams that was interested, and we was like, I don't know. And I told you, Spade, I was like, yo, I kind of like Indiana as the best fit. But then it came out this week that the Nets won't keep D'Angelo Russell if they are unlikely to keep D'Angelo Russell if they sign Kyrie Irving. Now, it was a rumor going around that was saying the Nets said, hey, they can play Kyrie and D'Angelo Russell in the same backfield, and Spade was like, nah, I don't see it. If they sign Kyrie, I don't see them keeping D-Lo. And Spade, this week, it came out. Nets unlikely to keep D'Angelo Russell if they sign Kyrie. And it also came out that the Indiana Pacers are in love with this guy. Not only is the organization, loving this guy, but the players, including Depot, would love for the Indiana Pacers to bring in D'Angelo Russell. Spade, got to get your thoughts on this D'Angelo Russell situation that we spent a lot of time on last week. We'll be bringing it back because of this news that came out this week.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to what we just said, man. We was talking about the Cleveland Browns, completely different team, completely different league. Same theory, man. It's a business. And these guys, they don't really have loyalty to these players. And in their defense, they really can't afford to. They gotta, the pressure's always on for them to win and to get better and to pack out arenas. And that's what it'll always be about. And D-Lo had a pretty good season, man. He's a young guy. I don't think he's hit his peak yet. But fair is fair. If you look at D-Lo and you look at Kyrie, I think Kyrie's a bigger star. I think he's a better scorer right now. I think he's got more star potential, and the Brooklyn Nets know that. So they see it being an instant payoff. They feel like if they can get Kyrie, it makes them a better team. They sell more tickets. They've got a bigger star. And just like that, man, they're willing to do whatever they got to do, move D-Lo, whatever they got to do. The question for me is, what happens if Kyrie doesn't become a member of the Brooklyn Nets? Ooh. Have you severed that relationship? Does D-Lo become their version of Duke Johnson? Does he decide he don't want to be there? I mean, and there are some players that's like, hey, man, I get it. They don't give a shit about me. It's a business. But D-Lo might not take it that way. He might feel the same way Duke feel. He might say, you know what? They couldn't wait to get me out of here when they thought they could get somebody better. And they struck out on Kyrie, and I don't want them to settle for me. I want out. Who knows what could happen, bro? So I'll be watching this situation closely. We already decided it's not a whole lot of teams that need a point guard. We only really even know. I mean, Indiana talking that talk now, but I'm gonna be watching the situation, man. It's just weird to me.
The crazy thing, Spade, what you just said is, the crazy thing is that he's restricted. So if they strike out on Kyrie, and he signed with Indiana or somebody else, and they be like, oh, we ain't getting Kyrie, they can just pick. They can just be like, yo, you back with us, and that it is what it is. If he signed a 4 or 5 year joint with anybody else or whatever he gonna sign for, the Nets could just be like, okay, we ain't get Kyrie. Guess what? We gonna match that offer, and you automatically come back to us. I think the Nets also are thinking, Spade. You just said, yo, Kyrie's the better player, the better scorer, star power, and all that. I think the Nets are also looking at, Kyrie and KD are kind of close. They look like they got this little relationship. Even if it's fake, they, outside looking in, it looked like they got some type of relationship. So maybe if we get Kyrie, maybe we could kind of lure KD over here. That could be the situation the Nets thinking too. I'm with you, Spade. I'm interested to see what's going to happen because I think D-Lo showed that he belonged in this league, and it was a lot of people that was willing to be like, man, D-Lo might be a bust after that Lakers situation. They was looking over there like, I don't know about this guy. Lakers took him pretty high, and they was like, I don't know about this dude. But I think he showed this year that, people mentioned him. I didn't think he deserved it, but people mentioned him as a most improved player. I don't think he deserved that award, but I think he showed that he belonged in this league. I think he's a good player. And I hope he ends up in Indiana. I hope the Nets do sign Kyrie, and I hope D-Lo do end up in Indiana because I think that's the best fit.
You know what I was just thinking about? You remember how many players the Brooklyn Nets took in the same situation, offered them a max, knowing that the teams that they played for was in dire need, and end up having to match. They jacked up a lot of teams like that. They did it with Allen Crabbe, even though they eventually acquired him and then traded him. They did it with Tyler Johnson, and it was one more player that he lose my brain right now.
I want to say DeMarre Carroll, maybe? Was it DeMarre
Carroll? Yeah, I think that's who it was. It would be funny to see them strike out on Kyrie, to see another team offer D-Lo a max, and see Brooklyn have to match to get him back. That would be hitting the Brooklyn Nets with the Brooklyn Nets. It just would be crazy. Like I said, man, I'm watching this situation. I want to see how it plays out.
Do Brooklyn get Kyrie?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I don't understand why everybody is assuming the Knicks are off Kyrie's list. I'm not so convinced that he's off their list.
Okay. All right, we'll talk about that later because it's coming up later. But all right, Spade, if you want to move on, we can move on. But I was going to ask a question, but I'll ask it later because it's coming up later.
Okay. Well, let's stay in the NBA, of course, because this is the better league, and I wore all this for nothing. I came out here dolphin down to my socks for two measly ass topics.
Over 2 wins.
Bro, what I tell you about that? What I tell you?
Because I mean, y'all got Rosen now. I mean, y'all ain't in the tour sweepstakes, right? Or y'all still in the tour sweepstakes?
I need better friends. Don't worry about our business, bro. Just relax.
Okay.
Let's go to Philadelphia. Let's talk Jimmy Butler, who I don't know if we saw this. We really didn't even discuss it, but I don't know if we saw this coming. Jimmy Butler declined his player option.
Word.
And he's got the Sixers and reportedly the Lakers are the top 2 teams with interest in signing him. Now, I guess we should have known he was probably going to decline the option. It was already some speculation that Philadelphia was prepared to offer him a max. But the Lakers having interest is weird to me. I don't really see that one. I'm shocked to see their name up here, to be honest with you. Where do you see Jimmy Butler landing? Better yet, where's the best spot for him to land in your opinion?
I'm going to tell you where I think I don't have the best spot. Best spot might be if we think Kawhi leaving and if him and Jimmy team up with the Clippers. That's probably the best spot. But I'm going to tell you where I think he's going, Spade. You said no?
No, I'm with you.
Oh, the best, where I think he's going to land is with the New York Knicks, bro. I think Jimmy Butler goes to the Knicks. That's what I think. I think the Knicks offered Jimmy Butler a max, and I think he heads to New York, bro. That's what I think. I don't care who going. I just think Jimmy going to New York. I ain't saying he teaming up with this guy or that.
Really?
Nobody might not come with Jimmy, but I think Jimmy goes to New York, bro. That's what I think.
Really? Why? I haven't heard Jimmy and the Knicks. I haven't heard any speculation of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what. I don't see Jimmy going back to Philly. I think Philly probably is the best spot. I think Philly need him. Somebody gonna be like, yo, Philly don't need him. They got Joel Embiid. They got Ben Simmons. And that's exactly
Nobody's saying that. They saw the post.
That's what they saying, bro.
Nah, they saw the post. They know.
My dude, you know how they love Ben Simmons, bro. They love him.
Until they need a jumper made.
Well, that's neither here nor there. And that's why I think they need Jimmy Butler. I said to you during the playoffs when we was watching these games, I said, yo, it's crazy. Wherever Jimmy go, you can pick Bulls, Wolves, Sixers. He's the heart and soul of the team, which is crazy. And it's crazy. All these teams, every team Jimmy was on had an issue with Jimmy. It was Jimmy and D Rose. It was Jimmy and the coach in Chicago. It was Jimmy and Wiggins and Jimmy and Cat over there in Minnesota. And then when Jimmy came to Spain, you remember they was like Embiid had a problem with his touches and Ben Simmons had an issue with Jimmy. And with all that noise, Jimmy was still the heart and soul of all them teams. I got a feeling, Spade, Jimmy Butler goes to the Knicks for a max. I think they give him a max. Because I just think the Knicks are striking out on
him with the Knicks.
Bro, I think the Knicks are going to strike out on everybody. Kyrie, KD, I think they're going to strike out. I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks offer Jimmy a max. They might not get Jimmy, but I think the Knicks would come through and because it's the Knicks, they might offer Chris Middleton a max, some shit like that. I'm telling you, It's the Knicks.
Wow.
You heard it here first on Strong Arm Sports, y'all. Watch.
Wow.
They might not get Jimmy. Jimmy might go to the Clippers with Kawhi or some shit, and then the Knicks gonna offer Chris Middleton a max or some shit. Watch. Wow. It's the Knicks. Spade, talk to me though.
Wow.
Where do you? I just hit him with the most shocking statement. of all.
I don't even know what to say right now.
You got Jimmy staying in Philly then?
Probably. I don't know.
No way I see him with the Lakers.
What I don't see is the Lakers, though. I don't see that one. Because are you telling me? I mean, look, I'm a LeBron fan, but this would not be shocking. But do people think that LeBron trying to put together a LeBron, AD, Jimmy Butler lineup?
How? Where's the money coming from? How?
Hell if I know. The hell if I know.
Bro, I guess you have this. I guess you can get the money because it was LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, but Wade took less money, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, he did.
So who taking less money in that? Who taking less money?
I know who ain't taking less money. LeBron James.
Yeah,
he won all his chips.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that. Laker fans, if that's what y'all hoping for, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I got him probably staying in Philadelphia.
Really?
Yeah, man. I don't.
To me, I think that's the best fit, but I just don't think so, Spade. I don't think so.
I think it's the best fit for Jimmy. I don't, and LePage, you don't either. Neither one of us think it's the best fit for Ben Simmons. I think if Jimmy Butler is there, Ben Simmons continues to. I think his growth gets stunted. You can let him do all that shit in the regular season, but they just showed last year when it's postseason time, it's gonna be Ben Simmons, get your ass out the way and get a ball to Jimmy Butler, who can hit a jumper.
And
that's what it's gonna be.
I know Philly lost that series, but they can. Once they put the ball in Jimmy's hand and Jimmy was running point guard, that team totally changed. Ben Simmons was in the way. He was in the way.
And they took him to the wire, too, bro. They took him to the wire.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so.
They made Embiid cry, bro. Embiid cried.
They did.
Ugly face, too.
Hey, Spade. Dude,
it happened.
You come on, bro. So you got Jimmy back in Philly.
I think.
I don't. And I agree with you. I think that is the best fit for Jimmy. But I just don't think with all that noise and all that shit that was going on early in the season and Embiid was complaining about touches, I think just like we see it, Spade, if these guys are smart, they see it. Ben Simmons need the ball in his hands. And when Jimmy running point, Ben Simmons is in the way, bruh. He clogging up the paint with Embiid. His man is like doubling off. Like he is in the way. So he definitely needs the ball in his hand. I think Philadelphia know that. I don't. They might offer Jimmy a max, but I just don't see Jimmy. I don't see it.
Let me tell you what Jimmy did for that team, man. He had 55 regular season games with the Philadelphia 76ers, and he averaged 18 points, 5 boards, 4 dimes, and 2 steals. Mm-hmm. He had 12 postseason games, and he raised his numbers across the damn board.
That's what he do.
He was right at 19.5 points per game, 6 boards, and a little over 5 assists per game.
Yeah, man, that's what he do.
I mean, like I said, I think Jimmy tried to play nice, but when it was postseason time, Jimmy turned back to the old Jimmy. He said, "Give me the ball. Not finna sit over here and watch Ben Simmons look like a deer in headlights. Yeah, I'm not finna do that."
Yep.
And you know he'll tell you too. You know, Jimmy don't do that dance around the bush shit. He don't do that. Jimmy would be like, "Man, get your scary ass out the way and give me the rock." I don't know.
Spade, let me say this to you too, Spade. I don't know if Philly gonna have the money because I think Philly want to bring back Tobias Harris, and I think they actually need Tobias Harris
over Jimmy.
I think they need Tobias Harris because Tobias Harris, you don't have to call plays for Tobias Harris. Tobias can just stand out there, get. Yeah, he can be a catch and shoot guy. He can post up. Like you don't have to be like, "Yo, Tobias, run this set." Like you put Tobias in the corner, top of the key, and he could just stand there and be a knockdown shooter. If I'm not mistaken, I think he shot mid 40% from the three, Spade. I think they prefer. I think Philly would prefer Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler. Plus, you got to figure Joe Embiid. I think his contract gonna be coming up. You're gonna have to pay Ben Simmons. You gotta keep. I kind of feel you gotta keep Ben Simmons. I feel like you gotta keep Ben Simmons because you got rid of Fultz.
What that mean?
Spade, talk to me. Tell me what it mean.
I tell you what. I don't know what that team would do.
Ben Simmons?
No, for what? I tell you this. If the plan is to win in like 3 to 5 years, then you invest in Simmons. If you got a attack now mentality, I don't understand the investment in Ben Simmons. I don't. I think we both know, you know what? Right now, I'll take Jimmy and Tobias over Ben Simmons.
Oh, well,
I also put more value in Jimmy Butler than Tobias Harris. And you saying you ain't got to run a play for Tobias like you got to run one for Jimmy. You can just give Jimmy the damn ball and call it ISO.
That's true.
So I don't know. If it's me, I don't know what they'll do. But if it's me, my number one priority is Jimmy Butler.
I think their number one priority is going to be Tobias Harris.
You might be right. I mean, Jimmy plays on both sides of the ball. He's a hell of a defender. He can facilitate. He can score.
You ain't got to sell Jimmy to me. I love Jimmy. I just said, whatever team he go to, hey, F all them damn issues. I don't care nothing about all them issues, and we ain't got to like each other. But I know when Jimmy arrives, he's the heart and soul of every damn team he be on. So, yeah, I rock with Jimmy. That's my guy.
He also the heart and soul of every argument in the locker room, but that's neither here nor there.
Hey, we ain't gotta like each other. I know that might lower the morale, and we don't. They might not want to hang out with dude and all that. Yeah, you know what? Do we win? And hey, we just seen what Jimmy did with Minnesota. Without Jimmy, Minnesota ain't making no playoffs, and they didn't. They got rid of Jimmy. They ain't make the playoffs, but with Jimmy, they made it. I think Philadelphia was a way better team with Jimmy than they were without him. So
absolutely,
they just got to figure out this Ben Simmons situation. So, Spade, I got to ask you. So you saying they should trade Ben Simmons and keep Jimmy?
I'm saying if it's me, right now, look, I hate, and we'll talk about this more in the show later, but this is the most wide open the NBA has been in damn near a decade.
Yeah.
LeBron not in Miami or Cleveland. He's currently on a team that didn't even make the postseason this year. Hell has run amok for the Golden State Warriors.
Word.
Kyrie looked like he out for Boston. Yeah, they ain't been right.
Word.
We don't even know if Kawhi staying in Toronto or if he dipsetting. Look, the NBA
we don't know what the hell. Let me continue, Spade. We don't know where AD's going to land. AD done told Boston, leave me the hell alone. Boston's still trying to give all their young assets to the Pelicans to get AD where he said, I'm not signing there. They still trying to bust
I go.
Like, this shit is crazy. So, this shit is crazy. And let me just make this point too, Spade. It's crazy that the NBA season just ended with the Raptors being crowned champions, and Vegas are saying that the Bucks and the Lakers are the favorite to be in the to win the championship next year. Not even the two teams that was just there. They're not even the favorites. The two teams that was just in the finals, because the NBA, like you said, Spade, is wide the hell open. It's wide open.
So you see my point. If the NBA is wide open,
word up.
Why am I investing in Ben Simmons that we know need 3 to 5 years before he's that guy? If he ever becomes that guy.
Spade, he can't get a formidable jumper in 1 year?
I mean, I don't even think, look, he's got to work on his jumper, that we know, but step one, I think the kid got to work on his confidence. He don't even want to shoot.
Boy, that's a fact.
He don't even want to shoot.
I can't
Step one is shooting this shit.
I can't even argue that.
Step one is shooting this shit. Step two is making it.
Facts.
We can't cross the bridge to step two until he's ready to pull. He don't even want to pull.
You right.
He don't even want to pull.
You right.
And if I got Jimmy Butler right now, we just had the champs. We just had the champs of the U.S. You can't even say the U.S. because they ain't even in the damn U.S.
Word.
We just had the world champs on the ropes thanks to Jimmy Butler, shit, it ain't even no decision to me. Jimmy is my priority if I'm the Philadelphia 76ers. The league is wide open. You got as good a chance to win a finals next season as you've had in the last 15 years, maybe. And I might be exaggerating with 15, but 10, easy. Easy.
And like I said, Vegas got the Bucks as the favorite coming out the East right now. So anything
that's just
like
because
said,
Greek Freak said he finna finally learn how to shoot. So
I think that's Vegas because they don't know what the hell Kawhi gonna do. Because if Kawhi stay in Toronto, they the favorites. But they don't know.
I agree.
They don't know. So I agree with you, Space. This has been the most wide open the league has been in a long time. So if teams ain't going for it now, shit, you might not ever get it.
Yeah.
You might not ever get it. So, I mean, we don't know who that next guy is that's taking the mantle that can. First of all, I don't think we'll ever see, and I could be wrong. Maybe we will. But I don't think we'll never see a guy dominate a conference like we seen with LeBron. Wherever LeBron went, that team was in the finals. I don't know if we'll ever see another guy like that. That'd be like, yo, I'm here. Y'all already know what it is. Cut the bullshit. Just, put me in the finals right now. So I don't know. You need to be going to get it right now. You need to be going to get it. Whether that be Bucks, Philly, especially if you're one of those top tier teams in the East or the West, you need to be trying to go get it. Bucks, Sixers, I agree with you, Spade. Boston, you got all this young talent. Y'all need to be trying to go get it right now. And I kind of feel like that's why Danny Ainge want to trade for AD. I feel like he's trying to go get it right now. Maybe he can strike lightning and be like the same way Toronto did, whether... Toronto ain't know if Kawhi was going to stay there. They still don't know. They don't know if Kawhi was going to stay there. They like, yo, we willing to take this rental and give you DeRozan, who's been basically the heart and soul of Toronto since he been there, been the guy that wanted to stay up there. Yo, he can go, give us Kawhi. We don't know what's going to happen, but let's go for it. LeBron is going. Got a new coach. Let's go get it. And they won the championship. And that might be Boston thinking with AD. So, Spade. Talked about Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors winning the championship. And we got to talk about the NBA Finals, man. And you want to know what, Spade? Game 6 was... it was a bunch of mixed emotions. We seen Klay come out just play phenomenal. First of all, we seen Kyle Lowry start the game off. Scored like their first 11 points. Like, it was like 3, 2. It was like Kyle Lowry, bang, 11. It was like 11-9. Kyle Lowry over the Warriors. Like, he scored their first 11. So Kyle Lowry came to play. Then Klay said, hold up. Game 6 Klay, that's a thing. Game 6 Klay
that's a thing.
Is a thing. So, Klay was like, yo, Klay, Game 6 Klay arrived, and he was hooping. And Spade, it was a great game, man. And I wanted a Game 7. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. We also seen Klay being on a fast break, Spade. Went up for the dunk. Danny Green, Spade, I want to get your thoughts on the Danny Green play because I seen people saying on Twitter it was a dirty play and Danny Green should have been ejected. Don't answer yet. We paint the picture. Danny Green came down for the chase down block, did a hard foul on Klay. Klay missed the dunk, and Klay came down wrong, hurt his knee. Klay was headed, he was down for a minute. Klay was headed to the locker room. It looked like during the break, somebody came back, told Klay what the commentators were saying. Hey, if Klay can't shoot these free throws, he can't come back in the game. Klay said, hold up. Klay ran back on the court. Hit both free throws, was jumping around, jogged back down on defense. DeMarcus Cousins took the foul. Klay headed back to the locker room. He could return to the game. Unfortunately, Klay Thompson did have a torn ACL, and he was out for the rest of that game. He did not return. Spade, the Toronto Raptors did end up pulling out the game, and they were crowned NBA champions, and Kawhi did get the MVP. So, Spade, first I wanted to get your thoughts on Game 6. Secondly, I wanted to get your thoughts on that Danny Green play with Klay that ended up getting him injured.
No, I want to go back to Game 5.
Oh, okay.
Game 5 happened since the last time we talked to these guys.
Okay, go ahead.
That was a big one.
Go ahead.
That was a big one. Kevin Durant came back, bro. Kevin Durant said he was going to play Game 5.
Yeah.
He danced. He danced in the hallway before the game. His legs was going crazy. He was kicking them everywhere. Everybody was like, "Oh shit!" I'm not gonna lie, LaParis. You know what I said?
What you say?
Kevin Durant don't look like he would ever hurt. Because I just said he was so hurt he wasn't even on the sideline.
Word.
I saw him dancing around, legs was going all which way. I was like, oh shit. KD all right. KD came out spraying, knocking down shots, looking like the Slim Reaper, even though I'm told that he actually hates that nickname, but it's so fitting. Looking like the Slim Reaper, man, making big time shots. And on a non-contact play, Kevin Durant went down. Because we got 318 cameras in the arena now. Somebody caught the perfect angle where you saw a ripple go up the back of his leg. And I said, damn. Y'all know I'm not a big KD fan, but I ain't like that. I didn't like to see that. And then that made a lot of people speculate, you know what? If you go back and look at that first injury, KD put his hand lower than his calf. When he pulled up and put his hand down, his hand went lower than his calf. I think it was an Achilles injury to begin with.
I agree.
But Steve Kerr, he's still with the shits. Steve Kerr said, we was told that the worst thing that could possibly... No, we was told that he could not re-injure. He couldn't hurt his calf any worse. So the Achilles injury caught us completely off guard. And if we had to do it again, would I do it again? Damn right. Steve Kerr said, damn right, we will play Kevin Durant again. I was like, damn, talking about doubling down. Kevin Durant left. I felt pretty bad about it. We saw him leave on crutches. The next day, we got the report that it was a ruptured Achilles.
Yep.
And they already saying that Kevin Durant is done for the entire next season. That ain't even started. He's done for. Now we get to game 6. Because Golden State was still able to win that game, and say what you will, but I think the lift that Kevin Durant gave that team helped them get that dub. If I'm not mistaken, 100%. I could be wrong, but I think they was up like 10 or 11 when Kevin Durant went out. And I don't know if they was up that big when he went out, but I know at some point in that game they had like an 11 point lead. I think the boost they got from Kevin Durant, and also I think it was something that they wanted to win for Kevin Durant that propelled them to victory, and that made that series. That made it 3-2. It was 3-1. You know, they backs was against the wall. For game 6, they come back, and I saw LaParis in his bag. I was still at work. I was on Twitter. LaParis like, game 6, Clay gonna show up. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? This is one of them games that Clay finna go off. And I'd be damned if Clay didn't come out there. It made me go to Twitter and say, everybody keep talking about Steph is the greatest shooter of all time when the greatest shooter in the league just
I seen that take.
Clay.
I seen that take.
Clay is, when Clay get in that, man, let me tell you. You can just tell when it leave his hand, you be like, oh shit, that's wet. I mean, and he done got to the point where it ain't just the catch and shoots. Man, you see him, he had one in transition. He was coming down with the dribble on transition, pulled up, leaning forward, over 2 defenders, bang. I said, whoa. Clay on fire. Clay went up for the dunk attempt. It was minimal contact, and Danny Green was going for the block, so anybody who's saying it was a dirty play, they don't know basketball. It was very minimal contact anyway. It just was an awkward landing, and it was terrible, man, to see Clay go down. They showed the replay again, 318 cameras in the arena, and I saw his leg went the way God ain't really intend on our leg to go, and I said, damn. I felt bad, and I was like, I got to be fair, LaParis. Not this year, not last year, but, well, shit, last year too with Chris Paul. But the narrative around the Golden State Warriors regime, come holla at me. Sam, come holla at me. But the narrative around the regime for the Golden State Warriors is they have always run through at least one team that was hurt, that was dealing with injuries, that was missing one of their best players. Their road to the finals each year has included at least one team that had an injury leading into it, or left out of it with an injury, right? Mm-hmm. We saw the whole thing with Kawhi. We've seen Chris Paul go down when they backs was against the wall against the Rockets. We seen them run through the Clippers one year when Chris Paul was hurt, but Chris Paul made it in this story twice on 2 different teams. So I was like, damn, I feel bad for Golden State. I'm not a Golden State fan, and I'm definitely not a KD fan, but I feel terrible for both of those guys, for KD and for Clay. I instantly knew it was over for Klay. And then I thought they was carrying him off Lopez because the camera from behind him wasn't showing his legs. You can see his back. He had his arms over his teammates, shoulders, necks, whatever. And I thought they were carrying him. But then the camera down the hallway, you can see he was walking. And they told him, like you said, he turned around, he jogged back. You could tell he was in pain. It wasn't a natural jog. He banged both of them free throws. And he turned around and he was trying to run back down the court. He was running.
Yeah, man.
And they intentional foul to get him out. They say he told Steve Kerr, I'm going to take a 2-minute rest and I'll be back. His father, ex-NBA player Michael Thompson, went down there and asked his son twice, "Did you feel or hear a pop?" Klay said no. He asked him again because, your kids a lie. I got kids, Lopez. They're a lie. Somebody back there made the executive decision to keep Klay out. I guess they ran the test back there. And it's crazy because Doris Burke was like, Klay Thompson was just back here jogging around. His father asked him a couple of times, did he feel or hear a pop? He answered no, and I'll be back with more details. Fam, I feel like they cut back to Doris Burke 60 whole seconds later. It's like a minute later. Her whole tone was different, bro. She was like, we just got report Klay Thompson would not be back in today's game. I was like, oh, shit. It's bad. It's bad. And everybody said Steph Curry going to have to be who a lot of folks say he is. Like, he finna have to do some amazing shit. Not saying it's going to be easy. Not saying it's going to be easy, but it's going to have to be one of those spirited moments that last. I'm not talking about us being prisoners of the moment and we watch somebody go off today and we say, oh, he the baddest I ever seen. Word. I'm talking about one of those moments 10, 15, 20 years later where they like, you remember that game when everybody was out for Golden State and Steph just went Super Saiyan? He went crazy. It was going to have to be one of those moments. And Steph couldn't have one of the moments, man. He was 3 of 11 from beyond the arc. The shots weren't falling for him. And, hey, I could feel it, Lopez. It was slipping away. It was slipping away.
Spade, it was weird to me because you said he went 3 of 11 from 3, but he was 6 of 15.
He was 6 of 17.
6 of 17, I'm sorry. And I was like, I don't know, man. Spade, I got to get your thoughts on the game, though. Like, when Klay went out, and I agree with you, because I kind of want to get at Steph Curry. I don't know if you want to get at Steph, but I want to get at Steph Curry because I stated on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen the tweet. I said, "Yo, this right here, these moments, is what separate the greats." Now that doesn't mean Steph Curry is not a great shooter or any of that, but these type of moments is what, bro. They was literally saying, "Oh, if James Harden don't," and I hate doing this, if James Harden don't do X, Y, Z, his legacy is tarnished. Westbrook, hey, if anything, Westbrook is not as good of a shooter as Steph Curry by any stretch of the imagination, and we know that. But one thing you can never question about Westbrook is, he attacks. He going for a try hard. And I feel like people was making excuses for Steph Curry saying, yo, they running the box in one. Spade, it's crazy. But can you please explain to me this box in one was giving people excuses? They was like, oh, he's running a box in one. They running a box in one. We never seen people run a box in one. Spade, is that a good excuse for the reason Steph Curry played the way he played?
Is it a good excuse? I don't know. I mean, the greats, and look, man, let me make sure I say this. What you don't like to see in these moments is a star player kind of shy away or quit. I don't feel like he did. He put up 17 shots. He didn't run from the spotlight. At the end of the game, he attempted a big time 3, and we talked about it at work. I was talking with a guy at work. It was like, yo, they was only down 1. Why didn't he just step in? And I was like, I can't even be mad that he took the 3. That's Steph. We've seen him make that shot a million times. If he make it, we like, oh, that shit was crazy. Right. Who's to say? And I watched the replay. I watched it over and over, and I said, even if he step in, Kawhi was playing so far off of Dre that if he step in, he pulls Kawhi, and they gonna see if Dre gonna make that. What did Dre shoot in that game? He shot 1 of 4 from beyond the arc, 25% shooter. I'm leaving Dre to make sure Steph don't get an easy layup every day.
I agree with that.
He didn't shy away from the moment. Did the boxing one give him problems? I guess. But you know what, LaParis? I don't think it was the boxing one. I think he just was having one of those days where things weren't going his way, per se. And every time I say this, people feel like it's hate. But the power of the Golden State Warriors, and yes, I know for the most part they built through the draft and they did it the right way. Quotes, whatever the hell that means. They did it the right way. But the thing about that team is they have so many weapons that you defensively cannot key in on one person. But what happened is, with no Kevin Durant, with no Klay Thompson, you got probably the best game from Iguodala in this fucking postseason.
What?
Especially in the finals. That was Iguodala's best game of the finals. But without those other people, it made Golden State like any other team. When you face Houston, you tell yourself, we gonna throw the kitchen sink at James Harden, and we gonna see if they can beat us. You can't normally do that shit to Golden State. Throw the kitchen sink at Steph, Klay, and KD gonna kill you. They gonna kill you.
Right.
Throw it at KD, the other two will kill you. Throw it at Klay, the other two will kill you. That's what makes this team so dangerous. But with those other guys out, it allowed Toronto to throw the kitchen sink at Steph. And in fairness to him, it's something that he don't have to deal with often because you can't normally play that type of defense against him because there's too many weapons on that team. With those guys hurt, that made Golden State look like some of these other teams in the league. When you play Portland, you throw the kitchen sink at Dame. You throw a little bit at CJ. That'd be enough to beat them most times. You do the same shit when you play Houston. You do the same shit when you play Boston. I'm throwing the kitchen sink at Kyrie. I'm letting them other guys try to beat me. So I don't think it was the boxing one. I think it's the fact that for the first time in a very long time, you could say, you know what? I'll let Iguodala go off. I'll let Dre get that three. I'm making sure he don't go off. And I feel like for the first time in a very long time, he got a chance to see what every other star in the league deal with every damn game,
that's
bro.
What I was going.
Every game.
That's what I'm going to say, Spade. This ain't. People were saying, "Oh, the boxing one." I want to say this ain't new. We have this. First of all, if an NBA coach don't have nothing in his bag, and you might say, "Oh, well, he don't have it in his bag because teams don't run this shit," bro. You got to expect the unexpected. They should know how to beat the 2-3 zone, the 2-1-2. They should know how to beat all this shit because you'll never know what a team gonna do. Shit, the Golden State Warriors came out and was running a 2-1-2 zone. They was running a zone. So if an NBA coach can't beat the boxing Spade, let me tell you what I did. Because I seen people going, oh, we ain't never seen nobody run the boxing one. Clearly, somebody was running the boxing one because everybody on Twitter knew it was the boxing one. This shit ain't new. And I looked on YouTube, Spade. And I looked up plays to beat the boxing one. Bro, thousands of videos, bro. Thousands. Come on. This ain't no time for no excuses. And I'm telling you, people was like, oh, I'm like, yo, I wrote on Twitter, Spade, I said, the great ones deliver. So then they was like, yo, what are you supposed to do when 2-3 dudes on him? Bruh, the same thing LeBron did when all 5 Warriors was on him when Kevin Love and Kyrie was out. You got to make plays for your other team. When I say the great ones deliver, that don't necessarily, hey, I'm not asking Steph to be chucking up shots. But if they running the boxing one and they got 2, 3, 4 guys on your side, somebody open, and you got to rely on your teammates. People not stupid, man. People not stupid. If they see you making plays, Spade, we not stupid. We seen LeBron making plays, and J.R. Smith and them clowns just didn't make shots. And we was like, J.R., you got to hit that. You know what I mean? So people are not stupid. Right. If Steph was out there making plays for his teammates, and we noticeably see these dudes not making shots, we'll be like, okay, we can't blame this shit on Steph. But Spade, you just spoke on Iguodala, had 20-something points. Draymond shot bad from 3, but Draymond had an all-around Draymond game. He had a Draymond game. So, I mean, Klay started off and was cooking. Klay was cooking. The great ones take their game to the next level, man. And listen, Steph already a liability on defense. They kept attacking Steph. He's a liability on defense. So if you're not getting Steph offense and he a liability on defense, come on. Come on. Hey, all I was saying on Twitter was Spade, the great ones deliver. And it's crazy because, Spade, you know I don't even rock with your boy Harden as hard as you do. But the crazy thing, they gave Harden a hard time. You want to know some shit we don't know what they call it? The shit Utah ran on James Harden. What the hell was that shit called? That's some shit they invented and created. We ain't never seen no shit like that. Don't tell me an NFL caliber coach don't know or can't draw up some plays to beat the boxing one when there's thousands of videos of high school coaches and dudes that do plays done design hella shit to beat the boxing one. So if y'all telling me Steve Kerr ain't a good enough coach to beat the boxing one, then I got a problem with Steve Kerr because he's an NBA coach and y'all have argued saying Steve Kerr is one of the best dudes in the league. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear no excuses. To me, with the game you got from Clay and the game you got from Iggy, Steph Curry got to step up in that fourth quarter. Your brother went down, man. He had 30 and he left in the third. Come on, man. You got to step your game up. And that don't necessarily, like I said, let me be clear, that don't necessarily mean chucking shots. But, babe, we've seen Steph Curry pull from the logo consistently. Shit. Yep. Like, I just think, I don't like the excuses. Steph get a pass and everybody else get killed. If it was Westbrook, he'd have got killed. Shit. Spade, I ain't even no Dame Lillard fan. Dame got killed. James Harden would get killed.
And I was finna say. Yeah, I was waiting to say that. You talk about the defense that got played on James Harden in the postseason this year. It was some shit we never seen before. The defense that Pels played on Dame Lillard last year was some shit we never seen before. And we came on this show and slandered the shit out Dame.
Mm-hmm.
We slandered Dame.
Yeah.
So
and people on Twitter did too, Spade.
Why the guy you telling me is the greatest point guard in the league and the greatest shooter in the history of this sport. I don't know why he exempt, fam. I don't know why he exempt. And I'm not finna come for him to say he's not a great player. And I'm not saying
this ain't got nothing to do with
you
that.
Could argue he's still probably the best point guard in the league. But this team needed him to be.
Yep.
They needed him to be, big time, and he didn't come through. As simple as that, he didn't come through.
I agree. And listen, man. I think, boy, we ain't never seen that shit bother me, Spade. Because what do you mean we ain't never? The boxing one exists for years. The shit ain't new.
And furthermore, for the people who blaming the boxing one, let me throw some facts y'all way. If the boxing one was this offense killer that you guys are making it to be, I think you see that shit a little more often.
Come on, man.
If it's that powerful of a defense, why you think people not using it? Because they got some code of conduct? Because they would rather lose than run the boxing one? No.
Babe,
if it's anything out there that's shutting folks down, you better believe everybody will be doing it. Everybody, it's a copycat league, man. When somebody come up with something that works, that's crazy like that, I think Milwaukee was the first team to do this weird shit with James Harden where they stand on his strong side and force him into another defender. Man, after everybody saw that shit kind of work, everybody was doing that. We don't even know what to call that. Ain't no name for that. Like, they standing on this brother's side. That shit is weird, bro. We ain't never seen nothing like that. You can't go to YouTube and be like, how do you play against the whatever the fuck Milwaukee doing? Like, we don't even know what to call it. So, yeah, man. I don't want to, I don't want to spend too much time slandering Steph, because it happens. It happens. It's happening to a lot of the guys that we feel like is great. But in this game, they needed something from him, man. They needed more from him. And they didn't get it, man. They just flat out didn't get it. Especially
when you get games like that from Clay. I mean, Clay is just phenomenal. And you want to talk about the name Golden State Warrior? For that man to come back on that court, shoot them free throws, make them free throws on a torn ACL, then run down the court and get ready for defense? Come on, man. That dude is a warrior, man. I got the utmost respect for him. Like, and Spade, you already know I'm not the same. I'm not a fan of KD how I was, when he was like, yo, mind you the real. I'm not a fan like that. But you just hate to see anybody go down with those type of injuries. I never want a player to get hurt, man. I always want, you want to lose against the best, man. You want to lose against the best, man. And you hate to see Clay go down. You hate to see KD go down. We got to stop making excuses for stars, for superstars. Not anybody, everybody else gets slandered. We got to stop making excuses for the superstars we like. And Steph deserved to get it for not 21 points. Nah, you got to give more. You got to give more. You got to give more. And like I said, it's not necessarily about the points. But if they on you, then you got to make plays for your other teammates. The great ones do it. The great ones do it. And that's just a fact. You can get mad and you can be like, well, Steph this. I don't want to hear shit about no boxing one. It's a million videos on YouTube explaining how to beat the boxing one spade. We see college teams, man, Syracuse, people slander Syracuse every year because all they do is run the zone. They run the damn zone. It's college teams that don't do shit but run zone. So you're telling me these college teams can make up plays to beat a zone, but a pro coach can't beat the boxing one? This shit is nah. That's not gonna fly with me, man. It's unacceptable.
It wasn't the boxing one, bro. Don't let them bait you into that. It wasn't the boxing one.
I know.
It's one thing I want to talk about in this game, man, because despite the fact that we feel like Steph ain't have that moment, the fact that Kevin Durant wasn't there, the fact that Klay Thompson left with an injury, this game still came down to the wire. And this game was almost still won by Golden State, which speaks volumes to just how good of a team this is. It was one moment that made me yell so loud that I think the neighbors on both sides of my house heard me. The Paris. We watched Danny Green hold his gut and go out the game. I tweeted, I said, Danny Green been eating Taco Bell. He got the bubble guts. Danny Green ran off the court, and he was gone for a large part of the fourth quarter down the stretch. He came back with 18.5 seconds on the clock. I was like, oh, shit, he's back. Mm-hmm. They put him in. They inbound the ball to Kawhi. All right? It's a one-point game at this point. It's a one-point game. They bring the backcourt trap. Kawhi throws it to Danny Green, who catches it in the front court, kind of pinched in the corner. First of all, I ain't never coached a day in my life, but you never want to be near the sidelines.
This shit.
But anyway, he catches the ball. He's in the front court. It's 9 seconds on the clock. Draymond Green is playing intense defense on him, hands going everywhere. And Danny Green, a veteran in this league, a champion in this league, a guy who's played for a couple of legendary coaches. He played at UNC. He played for Greg Popovich. With 9 seconds to go, they had two choices. Let time expire or foul Danny Green. And Danny Green threw a crazy pass down the sideline to Pascal Siakam, who I think Danny Green's a better damn free throw shooter than Siakam.
Without
and
question.
They turned the ball over with a 1 point lead with 9 seconds on the clock. And I yell, why? Why are you even attempting a pass? He has to foul you. Just stand there and protect the ball.
Word.
Just stand there and protect the ball. He's going to foul you. I was livid to the point that I said, if Golden State win this game, it's going to be hard to tell me this shit ain't fixed because Danny Green know damn well that all he got to do is hold the ball there. I could not understand that shit. I could not understand that. And then Golden State come back with a chance to win, down one.
Yep.
They ran a beautiful play. Yep. They ran Steph over to look like the inbound was going to Steph, knowing that he's the type of shooter that he demands the attention and respect of the defense. Everybody was looking at Steph. I felt like they threw a far pass to the sideline, the back sideline to Dre. They ran a back pick for Curry to go back up to the wing. Dre hit him. Steph got a great look at it. He pulled a three. He got a great look. He pulled a three. It clanked off the rim. I felt like Kawhi had great rebounding position. Kawhi didn't get the board. Some wild shit happened. It landed on the court. I think Draymond dove on it, and three Warriors called timeout. Dre called timeout. Steph called timeout. Steve Kerr on the bench, timeout. Yep. Golden State didn't have no timeouts. They didn't have no timeouts. They pulled a Chris Webber.
Yep.
That minute was a shot and possession for Toronto. And then LeParis, the craziest shit happened. Kawhi went to the free throw line. He made the free throw. Toronto took it out on the side. They inbounded it to Kawhi. And Kawhi got a shot up. The game was over. They started celebrating. And the ref stopped and said that he was fouled. And I was like, why are we doing this? what is this gonna change? But nope, they did it, and now they won by 4 instead of 2. I don't know if that's some Vegas spread shit. That was the dumbest whistle I ever seen before in my life. It wasn't gonna change the game at all. They put like a couple seconds back on the damn clock. They put Kawhi at the free throw line. That game was way too close for Golden State to have been beat up like they were. And I will say this. I try not to play the if game, but here we go. If Klay Thompson don't go down injured this game, bro, Golden State win this shit.
I was just
and
about to say that, bro. I was about to say
you heard it here first.
My take from that game, Klay don't get hurt, they win that game.
And he have 50. They don't win and Klay. I mean, Toronto don't win and Klay has 50 if he don't get hurt. Yeah, that's what I think.
Yes, Spade. I mean, Spade, let me ask you. I agree with that, by the way, because I damn sure was about to say that. But I gotta ask you, do you think Kawhi resigns in Toronto?
I have no idea.
You never know what this
Kawhi Leonard is still the most unpredictable player in the league.
Line. Bro, he won MVP. They gave him the trophy. He left it on the court while he was in the back busting champagne open. He left his trophy.
Man, I have no idea what Kawhi Leonard is going to do. I would love. I'm gonna be honest. Look, my Canadian friends, y'all not gonna like this. If you want, you can go ahead and YouTube. I assume the podcast do too. YouTube got a little thing you can click. I think it jump ahead 30 seconds. You might want to click it right here. I would like to see him leave. I would like to see him leave. He came, he saw, he conquered. Veni, Vidi, Vici. Word. It can't get no better. Word. Sometimes, LePage, you know I'm a gamer, man. I got a bad habit of it's late. I have a great game, and I'm like, oh, man. Like, I'm feeling good. Let me get another one. That let me get another one will mess you up, bro. Look, Kawhi did not want to go to Toronto. Greg Popovich and the other Spurs staff members who make decisions over there, they thought they was being smart by sending him to Toronto. I like it. I like it for how petty it is. He wanted to stay in the West, and he wanted to go West. He wanted to go to L.A. They did just the opposite. They said, we're going to send you to the East, and we sending your ass as far away from here as we can send you. We sending your ass up to Toronto. Yeah. Kawhi said, bet. He went up there. Look, I'm going to be honest. I was kind of hard on Kawhi because this team played well without Kawhi for a large portion of the regular season.
Yes, they did.
And then when it was crunch time, he threw that team on his back. It was games when Kyle Lowry was looking like postseason Kyle Lowry. It was games that Mark Gasol was looking like Pete Gasol, whoever the hell Pete is. You get my point there. Yeah. And in those games, Kawhi was like, I'm going to do whatever we got to do. Mark Gasol looked like Pete Gasol in Game 6, by the way. Kawhi, you never wanted to go there. You don't owe that team anything. You don't owe that fan base anything. You went there because you was forced and you did what you had to do. You made those guys champions. You gave that country their first ever championship. And you put scrambled egg on the faces of the Spurs. Now go where you really want to go. You ain't got nothing else to prove. It can't get no better. It can't get no better than they got this year.
I agree.
That's your pinnacle. That's what I think.
I agree.
I told them to skip ahead 30 seconds. I don't think that was enough. They still caught some of that. I'm sorry. I tried.
You won a championship. Now you might as well go get your max and be where you want to be and start the rest of your career. That's where you want to be. You want to be with the
It's time to get stuck in that LA traffic.
That's right. You want to be over there. Hey, and you know what? It's crazy. You know, we see all these Toronto famous people like, yo, Kawhi, we'll put you in the penthouse and all these big money dudes in Toronto was like, yo, we'll put you in a penthouse in a hotel. You ain't in a penthouse in a nice spot. You ain't never got to pay. All the places downtown, all the 5-star restaurants, you ain't never got to pay. What did that baseball player say, Spade? You sent it to me? What that baseball player said? He'll do something for Kawhi.
Wait, what? Oh, man, he said he'll give him his Metro pass if he stays.
Oh, yeah. Said come on. Like, it's just people saying they'll do anything for Kawhi to stay. Kawhi, you know what? I don't even think these people going to be mad at you because Toronto probably would. I ain't going to say probably. They wouldn't have this championship without you. So I don't even think they'd be mad at you. Kawhi, go live your best life, man. Go be where you want to be. Go be where you want to be. But, Spade, you hate to see the series go out. I mean, we've seen it before, but you hate to see the series go out with KD going down when he was cooking, Klay going down when he was cooking. But it's good to see a new team crowned champion, bro.
It is. It is. LaParis, I got a question for you before we move forward. We say on this show, oftentimes sports fans are not victims of the moment, they are prisoners of the moment. And with that, there's been quite a few takes about Kawhi Leonard, man. I've had some people tell me that he is now officially the best player in the NBA. And hey, man, I think it's fair, but I'm not buying into that. I want to ask you, LaParis, do you have him as the best player in the league? And if not, where do you have him?
I don't have him as the best player in the league. And look, we have seen Kawhi take his game to, you want to talk about somebody stepping up, taking their game to greatness? This man has done that. And right now, I don't have a list of players in front of me, but I'm saying top 10. I might be willing to say top 5 right now. And I'm just going off the head. I'm going to go LeBron. No specific order. I'm just giving you 5 dudes. I'm going to go LeBron. I'm going to go Greek Freak. I'm going to go Embiid. I'm going to go Harden. I forgot KD. I'm sorry. KD up there too. Shit, that's 5 right there. Take Embiid off then. I put KD there. Shit, I could probably argue Kawhi there, but I mean, I don't have a list in front of me, just thinking off the top of the head. So I go Bron, KD, Greek Freak, Harden, Kawhi, maybe AD. Like, I definitely top 10. I got to think about top 5.
You just showed me right there why I'm the NBA specialist for this show.
What you mean?
Look, man, I probably got Kawhi 3rd in the league right now. I know it's so easy to say he just won. He's the best player in the league. I just kind of want to slow you down, man. I think I probably got him 3rd, bro.
Behind LeBron and KD?
I still got Bron 1A. I got KD 1B. And I probably got Kawhi right there, man. Because I'm going to be honest with you. And LaParis, I told you. One thing about me, I don't think I'm wrong often, but when I am wrong, I don't have any problem admitting I was wrong. Bruh. I knew Kawhi was a good player, but I did not realize that Kawhi had improved his outside shooting the way he had. I knew he was a good defender. I knew he was a good player. He's got a shot that he loves. He loves like this little drifting pull-up momentum shot on the right side of the block. He loves that shot. He's always loved that shot. All that I knew. What I didn't know was how well he's worked on his perimeter shooting. He is the type of perimeter shooter now that I think you gotta... Like, you kind of upset when you leave him out there now. I know he didn't shoot great from 3 in Game 6. But if you look at his, I don't have him right here in front of me, but, man, I'm willing to bet in the postseason. I think in the postseason, I'm gonna jump out here and probably embarrass myself. I think he shot slightly over 40% from 3 for the postseason. That's what I'm going to guess. I think he probably shot about 43%, 42% from 3 in the postseason. And I did not know he was that type of shooter. I did not. So... I probably got him there. I'm not going to rush and put him above KD or LeBron, man, because both of those dudes, not only do we know what they bring to the table, but they don't have like a blip on the map. They got pretty consistent. You can look at their bodies of work. It's pretty consistent. And you know what? I know this ain't a topic. We ain't really going to get into it, but I want to caution you about putting Giannis in your top 5 a little too soon. You know what I'm saying? Keep an eye on that right there. But yeah, man, I don't want to make that a topic. I just want to know where you was at on Kawhi. We both feel like he top 5. I got him a little higher than you do. But I just want to caution people by saying he the best player in the league. Like, let's relax. You know what I'm saying? He was phenomenal this postseason. He deserved all the praise for this postseason. But to say he the best player in the league, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. I think we are.
Spade, Kawhi shot 37.9%. 37?
So 38?
Yeah, 38%.
Yeah, 38%.
But he shot 49% field goal percentage. Damn near 50% from the field.
Yeah, man. He was phenomenal. I didn't know he was... Everything he did, I knew he could do except shoot the 3 ball like he shot it. I did not know he was that type of shooter. Can I be King Petty before we move forward?
Ahead.
Can you please look up what Steph Curry shot from 3 during this postseason? Just in the postseason.
Let me go to it. Hold up.
Because if it was 38 for Kawhi, I'm willing to bet it was lower than that. I'm going to say 34, 35.
Steph Curry. Hold on. I'm on it.
Not trying to kick y'all boy while he down, man. I just like information. I'm just an information junkie. That all.
I'm on it. playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. And he shot 40%. 40.
He shot 40% from three?
Yep, 40 on the dot.
That's crazy.
Yep, 40.
You sure you ain't looking at them numbers backwards?
Bro, he shot 40%. Yeah, 40%.
That's crazy.
And he shot
from three.
Yes.
2019.
Oh, my bad. Shit, my bad. My bad. He shot 37%.
I was about
37%. And he shot
37. Okay.
44% from the field. I was looking at career. He's a career 40% shooter.
Okay, so do I need to question whether or not you was correct on Kawhi shit?
No, it was right.
Did you look in the right place on Kawhi shit?
Let me go back.
So right now, Kawhi shot 38 and Steph shot 37.
Yeah, hold on. I'm about to look right. I'm about to look again. Let me check it again.
Okay.
Let me check it again. I want to be right. Yeah, I'm right.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
I'm right. So 30.
I say it high. Yeah, I thought it was more than 1%.
37 and yeah. Okay.
All right, that's cool. All right, man, let's bring the show to a close, man. We're not going to hold them much longer. Let's get out of here. Last segment of today's show is called a Strong Arm Performer of the Week. Yes. It is a very, very, very prestigious award given away in podcast land to a male or female athlete who raised his or her level of play to ensure that team got the victory. The pair, you're on the hot seat, bro. Who is your Strong Arm Performer of the Week and why?
Excuse me. I got to give it to a guy, Spade, who I think the world, especially NBA Twitter, and we have came up here and gave this guy a hard time, man. And this guy delivered.
Not me. I don't do that.
This guy delivered in Game 6, Spade, and I'm talking about Kyle Lowry, man. Kyle Lowry has been ran through the ringer on NBA Twitter and just NBA sports. I mean, just media. Just been ran through the ringer. Kyle Lowry came out and delivered in Game 6. Came out with 11 straight joints, like 11 straight bangers. It was like 9. It was 11-9 Kyle Lowry over the Warriors. Like, he was leading scoring. But he ended that game with 26.7 rebounds, 10 dimes, 3 steals, and a 114-110 victory over the Warriors to become an NBA champion, man. And for that performance, Kyle Lowry, you are my Strong Arm Performer of the Week. Kyle Lowry.
He deserves it. It was vindication for him, like you say. It's a lot of Kyle Lowry postseason jokes going around out there, and y'all gonna have to keep them shits in your draft for a while. You know, maybe next season you can get them off, but he made y'all not hit send on a lot of spicy tweets.
Word.
He's deserving. I'm gonna do something a little different, man. That point guard position for Toronto ate because you gave your Strong Arm Performer of the Week award to Kyle Lowry, who was very deserving, but I want to give mine to Kyle Lowry's backup. Fred VanVleet.
Yeah.
Came off the bench, put a lot of minutes in, had 34 minutes. Look, man, they only played 3 people off the bench. They only had an 8-man rotation out here. Man. VanVleet came off the bench, man, scored 22 points. He was 6 of 14 from the field, 5 of 11 from 3. And the thing that was most impressive about VanVleet to me, he seemed super even keel, bro. Like, it would be one of those moments where the play broke down. It's 5 or 4 seconds on the shot clock. That ain't the shots you necessarily want. You want them in rhythm. You don't want. And VanVleet was pulling them shits, bro.
Yes, he was.
And then he never looked like the moment got too big for him. The lights never got too bright for him. And he had one of those stories that at least Toronto fans are gonna talk about for years, man. We saw that image that'll never go away of him laying on the court bleeding from his eye. That thing right there, if I'm him, I'm framing that shit and putting that like in my man room. The man got a piece of his tooth knocked out his mouth. And I'm telling you, LaParis, you said after he had a kid, I don't know what it was, but at some point, that light came on and it never went off until the confetti fell.
Word.
The 2 point guards for Toronto scored damn near 50 points in Game 6. And I'm a keep it a stack with y'all. 3 months ago, I didn't know who the hell Fred VanVleet was. I didn't even know who he was. I'm going to keep it a stack. He was definitely one of the others that you hear LaParis make mention to a lot. He was one of the others for Toronto. And without a shadow of a doubt, man, without Fred VanVleet on this team, not only do they not win Game 6, they don't win. Even with the injuries Golden State had, they don't win. So for your performance in Game 6 and for your performance in the entire finals, Fred VanVleet, Or as my boy G20 say, Fred Van Yeet. He is my strong arm performer of the week, man. Way to get it done, bro.
Spade, he hit big shot after big shot. Warriors are going to run. Van Vliet said, this shit ends now. Came down, banged another shot. He hit big shot after big shot after big shot. And like you said, the moment wasn't too big. The clock ticking down, 2 there, swinging to him. He just pull out. I mean, we even seen tweets, Spade. We already know how Twitter get, but we seen tweets from people we follow that was like, yo, Steph out here getting chewed up by Fred Van Vliet. Like, come on. Steph got to step up. Hey, when you speaking facts, you speaking facts. And Van Vliet was ready. He was ready. The moment was not too big. He was ready. Shout out to him because he played well. Spade, before I close this show, you got anything else to add?
Go Dolphins, man. Go Dolphins.
Spade, football, I want to say probably...
Go Josh Rosen.
I want to say probably first week of July. That's when we start the top 5. You good with that? Whatever that first weekend is in July.
We could have started them shits today to me.
I mean,
it ain't nothing. It's a God-given talent I got at top 5.
You want to start it next week then? I was trying to give you a break.
We could have started it today. If you stay ready, you never got to get ready. I'm ready.
Oh, I also want to say Happy Father's Day, homie. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. This show probably going to be up Sunday on Father's Day. So Happy Father's Day to everybody. And also my birthday Tuesday. So, leave your happy birthdays in the comment section, yo. So,
but June sure is a good month.
June is June. Hey, if your birthday in June, yo, leave it in the comments section. Shout out to all the June babies being born. That's been born. Shout out to all the Geminis and the Cancers. June a month. Right. All the G's born in June. That's a fact.
I don't think we got birthdays. We got birth months.
That's facts. That's a fact.
Like if you got the day you was born falls in June, we celebrate for a month.
Word. All month.
We shall celebrate.
If you born in June, leave it in the comment section, yo. We gonna bend the like on that. Get mad likes on that. Shout out to the June babies. For real.
Hey, LeParis, one quick point before you close and get us out of here. Just random. Bro, did you know Mario Chalmers was 33?
That sound about right.
It do?
Yeah, I mean, shit.
I just was looking up my boy Rio. I was wondering where he was at, and I saw the age over there. I was like, wait, that gotta be a typo.
Nah, that sounds about right, bro. He was with the Heat back. Yeah, shit, we about to be in 2019 just started. We in June. We 6 months through this hoe.
But time speeding like hell, boy. Bruh. Is there any officer gonna come out here and get life a speeding ticket?
What?
Can life slow down? Can life get in the right lane?
For real. Shit. Can life get a DUI? Jeez.
You ain't never lied.
Damn, slow down.
Right, get out of here.
This shit, 2019 just came. We in the middle of June right now. This shit is about to be September before you know it. NFL about to swing on back around already. This shit crazy.
I took a new job a month ago, and I'm about to be there for a year.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Yeah. Shit crazy. But listen, man, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Strong Arm Sports. If you new here, y'all already know the rules. But y'all don't know the rules because you new. But if you new, bang the subscribe button. If you're a regular here, you know the rules. Bang the like button. Hit that little bell up there.
Click it.
You can click that little bell up there. It sends notifications to your mobile device to let you know that a new episode has been uploaded to our YouTube channel. If you don't want to see two dudes arguing in a box, it's okay. We got audio podcasts everywhere. SoundCloud, ऊPodOmatic, iTunes, Spotify. We are everywhere. There's no reason why you guys should ever miss a show. We want to thank you guys for your continued support. We'll see you guys next episode. We out. Peace.